Hey YouTube, Engineer Boy 100. Guess what happened? Went to the gas station and the pump got stuck. It didn't stop and cut off once the gas tank was full and continued pumping gas into my car until gas spilled all over the ground and overfilled the tank and went into my charcoal canister. So, consequently, I failed smog because my charcoal was destroyed. So I have to change out the charcoal canister on this 1999 Mercedes SLK230. So today, that's what we'll be doing. And the charcoal canister in this vehicle is located on the passenger side behind this rear tire here. So let's pop off the tire and get right into it. Alright, so we got that rear tire off, so I'm going to get down close so you can have a peek at what we're going to be getting at from underneath. So right behind this tire here, there is a cover, a plastic cover underneath, and right there is your fuel pump, your fuel filter, and a little bit farther back, you can actually see the top of the vent valve. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Right in the middle, you see a white, right there, that connector right there, that is your vent valve, which is connected to the charcoal canister. So we're going to get underneath and we're going to remove this plastic cover right here. This little plastic cover. It has three 10mm plastic 10mm nuts holding it in place, and then we'll be able to take the charcoal canister out from underneath the car. Taking off of this tire helps you also get a little bit more light in there when you're working, but you're not going to be able to access it from this side here. Okay, so here's a view of the plastic cover underneath where you have to remove the three nuts. Now one of the nuts is way up right here. Let me try and move this. Way up, and it takes about a foot-long extension to get to it. So it's going straight up right here. See, up here, so let me... Alright, so I got the bottom cover off, so I'm going to start out here so you have a reference for where it is, and we're going to go down. I'm going to show you exactly where it is, and then I'll show you it from a different angle, from the back. But I want you to see where it is in reference to this rear tire, right up here behind it. So here it is. You got left to right. Right here, you have the fuel filter, you have fuel pump, and then you have the charcoal canister right here. Okay, so we go in here and look at it, and then as I start to take stuff loose, there's more than one way to do it, more than one order to do it, so I'm just going to pick an order, and then you can do it however you want. It could be a little bit different, could be better, could be worse, but the main thing is just getting under here and looking at it and figuring out what you want to take loose. Alright, so to actually remove the charcoal canister itself, all you have to do is slide it this way, okay, and it comes right out of the bracket. Now you're still going to have to take a bunch of hoses loose, but sometimes, or maybe for some people, it's going to be easier to see which hoses you need to take loose if you just slide it loose first, because then it kind of hangs by the hoses that are still connecting, and it tells you which ones you got to take loose. So I'll show you how to slide it right now. Slide that loose, see, and now it's kind of free. So now you know you got to take that one loose. You have to take this one loose. I think there's one more. And I took the two bolts loose on a bracket that's holding this, the vent valve. I haven't taken the electrical connector loose yet because I couldn't reach it. So I'm just going to be careful. But yeah, you do that, and I'm going to take these hoses loose and pull it out and change it out. As you can see here, I haven't taken any hoses loose yet. I need to take this one loose, the one up top, and I think one more. But it makes it a lot easier to get to everything if you just slide it first. That's how much freedom you get when you slide it loose, okay? So now I'm gonna take the hose. Okay, so what I ultimately ended up doing was just taking this off of the actual, see, look at that, gas. Yeah, that's proof that the gas went in here. I took this off of the canister itself, and I slid out this vent to atmosphere valve. I just slid this out of where it was, okay? It has a little fitting that holds it in a bracket that looks like this, okay? This is in a bracket back there and it slid through here, so you just slide that out. So I did that, those two, and now it's gonna be much easier for me to take loose my electrical connector here, okay? So here's the electrical connector. It's much easier to access. Gonna get a better angle on that. And now you just take that loose, depress it, wiggle it, and voila, there you go. So that's much easier. This is the best time to do that. So now I only have two more hoses, this and this. And I think I'll take it loose right here, and it'll be free. And I can just take this out, switch up the hoses, and slide it back in. And all right, so these are the two hoses I'm going to take loose, and you're going to make your life a lot easier if you open that up and squirt a little bit of WD-40 in there, and then wiggle it around so we can lubricate that, and then try and pull these hoses out, because they are stuck pretty good. They're really in there pretty good. So the WD-40, you work it around, it'll lubricate that the connection point between that hose and the pipe, and then it'll come right out. Now the other one I'm going to take a loose is right here. Whoa, come back here. It's right here. I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm just going to get a screwdriver in there. Okay. Work my little screwdriver in there. And once I get a little bit of space, I'm going to go at it with WD-40. Try to get it to where it's, get it where it's an angle. And squirt a little in there, and then work it around, and try and twist it off with the, because I know I've got that lubrication in there, and just spread it around, and pop goes the weasel. And there it is, it's off. And I'll just do a review of everything that I did on the bench. Well, no, I'll do it now. Okay, all I did was I took it loose, two more little plastic 10mm nuts. That is a bracket that holds this vent valve in place. The second thing I did was I took loose this top hose. Okay, I took it loose. It's easier to take it loose off of the charcoal canister than off of the car. So I took it off of the canister, leave it, and I'll reconnect because it's lower and it's easier to get to. Okay. The third thing I did was I slid out this vent to atmosphere valve hose that comes off of the bottom of the vent valve. I slid this out of its bracket. Okay. All right. So the fourth thing I did is I disconnected the electrical connector. Okay, because it was easier to access by now because everything's hanging loose. And I lied. The very first thing I did was slid this charcoal canister out. I slid it out of its bracket. All right, then the next thing I did, the last two things I did was the two hoses that I just showed you. Okay, I did this hose and I left the hose here, and then the bottom one here, I left the pipe on here and took the hose off the car. All right, so that's it. I don't think there's anything else to really say. The installation is a reverse. I'm not showing the installation. I know sometimes I do, but I ain't showing the installation this time. It's just simply the same exact thing backwards. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give me a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe. I hope you share. And I hope you have a nice day. Engineer Boy 100 signing off. Thanks for watching. Alright, this is just a little heads up tip. I just got back from the junkyard, the recycle center, to get another canister. Why? Because this is the one that came off of the car, and this is the one that I already had for years as a backup. Same car, a 1999 SLK230, but look at this. There's two different configurations on the top, and there's two different part numbers. This is the one that came off of our car. This is the one that I had. You see how these both point in the same direction? And the other one points towards me and one points away. There's two different configurations. So I had to go to the junkyard and get another one just now of the right configuration. Still has all of the hoses on it, so you can't really see. Move this out of the way. See? So just so you know, everything else is the same on them. They're the same size. All the other hoses are the same, except for that one in the middle. Let's see if I can get this to stand up so you can look at them both side by side. If you look at these two, they're not the same. And that's important to know. So you might want to take your old one off before you buy one to make sure you know which configuration is on your car. But everything else is the same. Alright, just thought I'd add that little note. Alright, in installing this, I realized there were a couple of things I should probably point out that would make the job a lot easier. So, here it is. The first thing you want to do is connect this large hose that goes to it's actually the only large hose that connects to the charcoal canister up at the very top here. Right here, it connects right here at the very top. Do this first. Alright, now the other little trick, the second thing you want to do, the little vent hose here, this little plastic squiggly piece here, it goes through this little swinging door here, and it has a little rubber grommet in it. See, it has this little rubber grommet like this. Put the grommet in first, like that. It doesn't slide in, and this little door swings into this cubby, like that. Swings into this cubby, and then you put your hose through there. Now, when you put your hose through there, use soapy water. Otherwise, it's gonna hang up, and you're gonna have a hard time. And other than that, once you do that, you just slide the canister back in, and everything else you hook up fine. But those two little pieces I thought were important, because without that, it's going to be difficult to figure out. Alright, that's it for real this time. Thanks for watching. Now here's just some slow movement so you can see everything all installed. I can get some light up in there in this crevice over here. I don't know. It's so hard to light these things up. Alright, that's the best I can do. Hopefully this helps somebody see how to do theirs. Have a good day.